Now I want to talk about the importance of LMS in gamification. So if you gamify a course, then you're isolated to just that course. But if you gamify a LMS, then all the actions, all the courses are taken care of. What do I mean by this? So let's say you have a compliance course and you want to make sure people take it because it's important course, so on and so forth. So you create a game around it. So whoever earns the maximum points in that course wins. But what if you're a company and you're doing employee training, or you're a university and you want to create a culture of training and learning? So you want to gamify all the courses and you want to create a leaderboard where whoever earns the maximum points by adding up all their courses, all their contribution to the discussion forum, all their blogs. If you take all these actions into account and acknowledge and award your students, your employees with those actions and those points, then you need an LMS which is gamified. So that's the difference between gamifying a course as opposed to gamifying a LMS. And that's why the choice of LMS is very important. I strongly believe it's much better to gamify LMS because you get a lot more leverage than just one particular course. So how do you select a LMS which can be gamified or which is gamified? So there are some LMSs out there which has gamification modules, so look for that. No matter how many modules a LMS have, if you're a big enough organization, any organization which has more than 500 or 1,000 employees or students or customers, you're going to need customization. So you need something which is easy to customize. There are open APIs to be able to integrate with. It should have badges, and it needs to be low cost. And I'll explain you why these criteria are important. So here's a comparison between open source and traditional LMS. By traditional, I mean most of the closed source LMSs such as Saba, SumTotal, so on and so forth. So let's take an example of a traditional LMS. You have to pay for the licensing and implementation because it's not open source, it's not free. So you spend about 70-80% of your budget in licensing, and then you have only 20-30 left for customization. As opposed to taking some of the latest LMSs out there, such as the LMS my company produces, Paradiso LMS or Totara or Moodle. Basically, the cost of LMS licensing or just to get the source code is extremely low, like 5 or 10%. The most of the money left you can use for customization, such as gamification, badges, integrations. And after you customize it, you have some money left to do hosting and other implementation kind of work. So as you can see the difference, if you want to gamify, you want to personalize your LMS, you really need a LMS which is open source, not only for ability to be able to integrate it easily and have open APIs, but also the money factor, where you have money left to be used for customization. If you spend most of the money in licensing, in these bulky, huge traditional LMSs, then you really don't have money left for customization. Here's a screenshot of Moodle Totara, which Paradiso Solutions work with very closely. There are gaming modules out in public. Also, we have our own gaming module on top of Moodle and Totara. They also have badges inbuilt. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to email me at sach@paradisosolutions.com or go to paradisosolutions.com and chat with us. Here's the platform for LMS which we have built. So there is a foundation of this entire your e-learning platform is LMS. And the idea is you take this foundation and build on top of it. So gamification is one of the extensions you can build on top of LMS. There is a course library where we have thousands of courses in it which can be used out of the box for the LMS, such as leadership courses, customer service courses, so on and so forth. Also at the bottom, you have LDAP or your HR system or your legacy system, which needs to connect to your LMS. So if you have a new employee, as soon as he gets hired, you create a record in your HR system. As soon as you do that, you need to have an integration with the LMS, so the account gets automatically created in your LMS, so you don't have to do double data entry, and that creates errors. You also have LDAP, so to create single sign-on and keeping the authentication in one central place. There is a content management system such as Alfresco, Documentum, Joomla, which we have integrated with our LMS platform. We have open APIs to be able to enable gamification. We have built all these different extensions such as virtual class. So you integrating LMS with Adobe Connect or WebEx or any other virtual platform to be able to give your classes online. Also, we have eCommerce, CRM integration, certification modules, so on and so forth. So all of these integrations really add value to the LMS by taking LMS out and extending it. These are different ways of accessing the content through your CRM. So we have embedded entire LMS into the Salesforce and Sugar CRM platform by creating the integration. So the salespeople don't have to leave the Salesforce platform. They can take the training right in their CRM. In your employee portal, we also have just-in-time training modules and also mobile apps or mobile compatibility. We support sales training, customer training, partner training, and employee training. So all different kinds of training, internal and external training is supported. And on top of LMS, if you're doing employee training, you want to do performance management and talent management, those modules have been built on top of LMS. So if you choose a LMS platform, not just a LMS, you can really take advantage of the open API and do a lot of interesting stuff around gamification.